Ever wondered why narcissists are like a bad joke? They never know when to stop. It's a peculiar world filled with characters so absorbed in their self-created illusions of grandeur that they lose sight of reality. They are the puppet masters, constantly pulling at the strings to maintain control and power. But here's the funny thing, they're not very good at it. Their need for dominance often leads to a trail of failed relationships, leaving them scrambling to regain control. It's a bit like watching a stand-up comedian who's forgotten their punchline. It's awkward, uncomfortable, and you can't help but pity them. But it's not all doom and gloom. In fact, there's a certain humor to be found in their predictable patterns and desperate attempts at manipulation. So buckle up as we dive into the world of narcissists, where the jokes are plenty but the laughs are few. Why in the world would a narcissist aggressively remove you from their life and create an environment they can't come back to? It's a question that puzzles many, especially those who have had the misfortune of crossing paths with such individuals. Narcissists by nature are incapable of maintaining healthy, stable, and enduring relationships. Their relationships, more often than not, end in chaos, leaving their former partners in a whirlwind of pain and confusion. This isn't personal. Narcissists are just inherently terrible at relationships, leaving a trail of angry exes in their wake. Often they lack a strong social network, no close friends, family members, or co-workers. The reason is simple: anyone who gets too close to a narcissist sooner or later gets burned. Occasionally, narcissists keep their exes on a sort of roster. They do this not out of affection, but merely as a safety net for when their current relationship inevitably implodes. If they reach out to you after a long silence, don't be fooled. They're not driven by sentimentality or remorse. They're just looking for a quick fix to meet their needs, and for some reason they think you'll oblige them. Narcissists employ an abuse cycle of silent treatments and discards. This continues until the final discard, when they decisively exit the scene. Silence to them is a potent weapon of scorn, used to belittle and degrade. The message is clear: they consider you beneath them. They use this tactic to assert power and control, to make you feel miserable, unloved, and worthless. And yes, they do this on purpose. Narcissists are incapable of love, respect, and consideration for others. Their world revolves around their wants and needs. They create rules for you to follow, showing no regard for your boundaries, wishes, feelings, or desires. You are merely an object in their world, meant to serve their needs. Once your usefulness expires, they'll discard you without a second thought. Despite creating an environment they can't return to, narcissists don't see it that way. They view you as their property, a personal dumping ground they can return to whenever they please. They'll neglect and degrade you, then blame you for the mess they've left behind. So now that you're armed with this knowledge, are you ready to finally call it quits? It's crucial to remember that if you don't, narcissists will always feel entitled to return whenever they wish. This is the brutal reality of dealing with a narcissist. To summarize, narcissists are incapable of maintaining healthy relationships. They use people to meet their needs, employ tactics like silent treatments and discards, and view others as property. Understanding these behaviors can empower you to break free and reclaim your life.